deal with airplane peanuts.
On August 3rd, 2024, Joe Rogan will become the third comedian ever to livestream a stand-up comedy special around the world on Netflix. As the massive streamer continues to push the boundaries of live-streamed comedy events, investing millions into one-take stand-up specials, live talk shows, and uncut roasts. Netflix is reinventing the way fans consume comedy right in front of our eyes. And according to Tony Hinchcliffe, Netflix also just struck a humongous deal with the #1 live podcast in the world that is only comparable in size to that of Joe Rogan's historic Spotify contract.
Build that roast too.
Change the fucking game. Wait till you see the deal me and Netflix are about to make. I've never heard of anything like it before.
Let's fucking go.
The only thing comparable is the Spotify deal.
Burn the Boats will be Joe Rogan's first stand-up special in 6 years and will be streamed live from the Majestic Theater in San Antonio. So far, all of the live Netflix events have landed within their top 10 on trending. And as a viewer, all of these streams have been really fun to actually watch live, especially with something as big as the Brady Roast, which had millions of people reacting to comedy in real time on social media. It really felt like watching a primetime sporting event with actual tension, and the Chris Rock Selective Outrage special felt the same way. His live appearance on Netflix being the first time he publicly addressed the slap gave the special insane stakes, and watching Chris Rock blunder the final punchline about Jada Pinkett Smith was dramatic as f. It's also worth pointing out that during Chris Rock's special and the Tom Brady roast, there were moments that happened live that got edited out of the final version uploaded to Netflix, meaning there actually is an advantage to tuning in on time as the viewer.
The live aspect made it crazy. I mean, I'm looking at the 3 stairs that I had to go up. I keep glancing at them, and they're not like that well lit. The little things like that.
It's no secret that Joe Rogan's stand-up can be the target of online scrutiny at times, mostly due to the enormous size of his podcast. Right now, the Joe Rogan Experience is averaging over 190 million downloads per month, and has consistently been one of, if not the biggest platform in the world for years on end. It makes sense that all 17 million people who enjoy the podcast don't all have the same sense of humor. But the massive success of JRE has exposed Joe Rogan to literally millions and millions of more critics than the average comedian will ever face. The fact is, after performing stand-up for over 30 years among some of the greatest comics at the most legendary venues, it's impossible to tell the story of stand-up comedy without mentioning Joe Rogan, which makes him the perfect selection for Netflix's next live event. If you subjectively don't like his comedy, that's fine. But to randomly claim wild shit like he's not even a real comedian is just plain ignorant.
The only thing comparable is the Spotify deal.
Because of everything we've seen recently, with Netflix investing heavy into live comedy, it only makes sense to assume that Kill Tony's apparent new deal will include some sort of live element. Kill Tony has always claimed to be the #1 live podcast in the world because they film in front of a live audience. But the pre-taped episodes still have been averaging well over 100,000 live viewers on YouTube every Monday premiere. The numbers prove there's a massive amount of people who are willing to tune in live every week, and it seems likely this could be Netflix's plan. Similar to the John Mulaney talk show they tested during this year's festival, Kill Tony could be gearing up to go live on Netflix every Monday completely uncensored, with an edited version uploaded the next day. This is all just a theory, obviously, and the transition would not be flawless, as there's tons of people who watch the show every week on YouTube that don't pay for Netflix. And after witnessing the empire Kill Tony has built on this platform, it would be shocking if they agreed to a deal that cut off all access to YouTube.
This is an extra special edition of Kill Tony because all the executives and owners of Netflix are here. So literally, you could go, oh, Netflix gets booed? Oh, all right. Well, there's also executives from YouTube here. Oh, God. Oh, no, we're going to get in big trouble for this. You guys may have just f***ed up a multi-million-dollar deal for us. Thank you.
They just shut off the lights right now. They cut the whole f***ing thing.
You guys boo Netflix? What's wrong with you f***ing evil f***s?
Tim Dillon also just announced that he will be returning to Netflix with a new talk show style program that will be centered around American culture. But more on that after these segments. Guest spots from last week: Joe Rogan had on Francis Ngannou, Bridget Fatsy, and Jordan Peterson. Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast was Dogs Only. A retired cop was on Chrissy Chaos. H. Foley stopped by UB Trippin' to discuss Grease. Bad Friends, YMH, Are You Garbage, Flagrant, and The Tim Dillon Show all did not have guests. Jake Johnson stopped by Stavi's World after being the guest on the Blocks podcast. Adam Ray, Brett Morin, and Glenn Howerton took their shoes off with Rick Glassman. Ian Fidance took a ride on the Harland Highway. Ian was also the guest on Hawk vs. Wolf. Two Bears, One Cave was Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. We Might Be Drunk welcomed Ian Lara to the show. And Ari, Maddie, and Sam Talent were the guests on Killed Tony.
I saw Taylor Swift before it cost thousands of dollars. So I'm an OG. I was there.
You're a Swiftie.
Yeah.
You're a shifty Swiftie.
Yeah.
Now, Ari, in your home country of Estonia, he would have been euthanized at birth.
Pauly Shore was on This Past Weekend with Theo Vaughn. Nick Swartzen was the guest on Whiskey Ginger. Ryan Sickler welcomed Sean Jordan to The Honeydew. Katie Boyle was the guest on Sag Daddy DePod. Fitzdog Radio featured Best Selling. Brian Kopelman sat on the couch with Soder. Sung Kong stopped by Tiger Belly. Asan Ahmad took a trip to Stuff Island. Karen Fien was on B&E with Jordan. Moses Storm sat on The Way Back with Ryan Sickler. And we interviewed Brian Moses right here on Joke World. As far as new stand-up comedy specials that are either out right now or coming out soon, Sam Morril, You've Changed is out on Prime Video, Chad Daniels' Empty Nester is out on Netflix, and on YouTube is Nick Swartzen, Make a Joke from Face. As far as new specials that will be coming out soon besides Burn the Boats, Matt Rife is returning to Netflix on August 13th with a crowdwork special titled Lucid. This will be Matt's second special on the platform, following his first special, Natural Selection, which premiered last November. On August 20th, Langston Kerman, Bad Poetry will be out on Netflix, and November 22nd, Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny will be out on Hulu. And like we mentioned before, Tim Dillon is also returning to Netflix with a new talk show style special that will be centered around American culture and current events, which any fans of The Tim Dillon Show know is right in his wheelhouse. This project is said to be debuting this fall, but we'll be sure to keep all the subscribers of this channel in the loop until it comes out. And last but not least, the Best of July video should be coming out very soon, if not already, so check that out if you want to see the funniest moments from last month from over 30 different comedians. If you're new here, we've been posting monthly wrap-ups for over 2 years now, along with these comedy news updates. And I'm excited to say that after 114 episodes, this will be the last one recorded in this studio. It's been an honor and a pleasure to bring you all the comedy news, and it's a job that I take seriously. So in order to give you the best and most reliable version of what's really going on in the comedy world, it's finally time to leave the sunny beaches of Tampa, Florida, and relocate the headquarters to Austin, Texas. I'm very excited about this. It's something that I feel like we needed to do for a while. It doesn't make any sense to live in Tampa, really, besides just being an amazing, beautiful city. And it's time to relocate and really get in the weeds, get the boots on the ground, and do this for you guys, the 500,000 people that have trusted us with their comedy news. It's honestly an honor. It's a privilege, and to do the best version of that possible, we need to go somewhere where they treat comedy like it's a professional sport, where there's clubs and shows going on every single night, really legitimizing this thing. But yeah, literally packing up the U-Haul today, driving across the country, and it's exciting. It's official. You know, we've always reinvested in the channel, and this is just another way to do that. I'm excited to see where it goes. I think this could become a real, like, sports center, but about comedy. Comedy's gonna get that big, and we're gonna be right there with it. Exciting stuff. Wait, 1 second. Thank you for watching Joke World to Austin 2024. Let's do it.
At Joke World. That's it, at Joke World.
And the world is WRLD.
That's a great YouTube channel, Joke World. Check it out.